Hi, this is Alexandra coming to you from the ULA Loft, and today we're going to talk about the proper way to measure yourself. This is particularly important for the plus-size customer because we're often making purchases over the internet and catalog. So in order to have some help to do this today, I brought in my good friend and supermodel, Maisha.
Hey girl.
Hey honey. But before we get to the nuts and bolts, I want to address something that I think is really important: acceptance. Measuring yourself can be very vulnerable and scary. We ought to know, throwing the tape measure around ourselves all the time for clients and our agent. If I gained an inch, I don't know how you feel, but if I gained an inch, I always felt like I was less than.
I've been everything from a size 8 to 18 in my career, and definitely, you know, it affects how you feel about your work, how you feel about everything. But I do know one thing, that when my clothes fit me properly, no matter what size I was, I automatically feel better.
Yeah, so true, so true. So I guess what I really want to say is, don't measure your worth by the number on the scale, on the measuring tape, or your dress. You're so much more. If you embrace who you are today, whatever this comes out to be, then you're more motivated to be the best you can be, as opposed to falling into complacency. I think people think that if they accept themselves, they're gonna get lazy and they're not gonna try anymore. It's the opposite. Love is a much stronger force than fear. If you can love yourself where you are today, you can begin to change yourself and be the best you that you can be tomorrow.
Absolutely, and what I hear you saying is really that unconditional love is the root of acceptance. And starting with your measurements, love yourself. There's nothing wrong with who you are or where you are, but know where you are.
Exactly. Okay, so with that, let's go for it. There's 3 measurements that you need to have a handle on when ordering from catalog or internet. The first is your bust, the second is your waist, and the third is your hip. Now the bust is achieved by taking your handy dandy measuring tape.
Here, I'll start that for you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Going with a bra on, go across the largest middle portion, which is called the apex of the bust. Loose, not tight, come together across the apex and you'll achieve the correct measurement for your bust. Now the second piece is measuring the waist. Some of us have a difficult time finding our natural waist. If that's you, that's okay. Just put your hands on your waist like Maisha is showing, and you'll naturally go to that part of your waist that needs to be measured. Draw it around the body at that point, loosely, not too tight, and you'll come to a nice, comfortable measurement for the waist. The last part is the hip. Now the hip can throw people because it needs to be around the largest part of your lower hip. You want to purchase your clothing so that they're comfortable and they fit well, even if that means tailoring a different portion.
Absolutely, because you know, I know on me, my lower hip is the fullest part of my body, and it actually is a pretty decent size differential between my lower hip measurement and my waist measurement. I tend to be smaller in the waist, and that means for me a lot of times I have to buy a bigger pant, and I can't be afraid of that label. I have to just buy the size that fits me and have it taken in if necessary.
Yes, again, it's that whole message of don't be stuck on one size. So you need to measure yourself, make sure you're getting the right size for you. Again, find that largest part of the low hip.
Don't forget the bum. It's back there.
Yep. Take it all the way around, and there you go.
I actually think we can even go fuller than that, because I think my lower hip is pretty low.
There you go.
Yep,
Is that the largest part?
That's the largest part.
Okay, she's owning it, ladies. That is the largest part.
I have to own it. I like my
Yeah,
pants to
there
fit.
you go. There you go. So our main message today is you've got those 3 measurements, but before you begin, approach it with self-acceptance and self-love.
Your worth cannot be defined by a measuring tape.
Amen, sister. Have a good day. This is Alexandra and Maisha talking to you from the Loft.